Welcome to the Vortex, the Time Vortex. This is Strato Time, or Strato, here for another episode of Dark Tower Let's Play. And I believe we are also live there, Jack, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Alrighty, if you guys do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube Time Vortex, Jack X's channel. Link will be in the description below, of course. And go ahead and take it away, Mr. Darna.
All right, so last time we left our group, they were enjoying a nice little bonfire last night. Someone was tied to the stocks who will be remain nameless. So let us. Who would like to take it from there? So yeah, where you go?
Let's see, if I remember correctly, her mount / the father of the dragon was headed... Really? Go ahead and just continue. I'll talk in a moment.
Did you mute yourself? Yes. Anyways, so yeah, so he enjoys the fire. He's a little drunk, and he's like, well, looks to you, Diana, and says, I think it's time for me to head to, didn't go to the inn and grab a place to sleep. He's like, since my daughter's here, she looks at him. Of course, Father, you can come over and stay the night. He looks at her and nods.
All right, that's on her.
He's like, all right. I get to meet this husband of yours, do I? And she's like, yes. Be nice to him, Dad. And he's like, okay. Do you follow them to the house or no?
No, I'm not.
You know what? Nah, I'm gonna let her take care of this. I feel like me interjecting myself is only gonna make things more complicated.
Very well. Unless anyone else is doing anything
Either I'll wake up in the morning perfectly fine, or I'll wake up in the morning on fire. You know what? I don't really care at this point. We're just gonna find out.
Yeah, you're so negative. I mean, no, okay.
I'm not negative. I'm hoping for waking up not on fire. That's the hope.
He's going, please, please. Do you trust? The question is, does your character trust Marcus enough with this situation to handle himself without knowing the truth and be okay with it?
I think Marcus was always a bit of a prankster, but I think he's a solid, decently intelligent person, and that I think he's going to be able to handle this.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right, so Diana, Sarvin, you guys go back to the inn and just, Diana, you go back to the barracks, pass out, and Sarvin, you go back to your place here, and you probably sleep in where they have the wizards barracks. It's next to the education center, basically the school of this work area where they teach
but
stuff.
I'm not gonna sleep. I never sleep.
No. Okay,
Forgot
so you're
that.
gonna just where you
I
go?
always use keep watch on me every night. I'm going to sleep. I'm just not sleeping.
Okay, so where you gonna go then? You're gonna keep watch on the walls then?
No, I am going to Narwhal.
You're gonna go pick on Nathal for the rest of the night. Okay.
No, not gonna pick on him. I'm gonna speak with him a bit.
Okay. Well, while you're traveling that direction, where are you going, Landley?
I'm going to go see the Red Queen the rest of the night.
Oh. Ooh.
Remember, she's waiting with bells and whistles?
Yes.
Bells on?
Okay, so you do show up.
I did borrow the whistle after all.
Alright, you head in that direction. Go ahead and... so Diana, you're just going to bed, so you make it there, boom, you're asleep. And then we'll just go to Lanley. You make it to the Red Queen's. She's still awake. She's when she greets you, she's a little bit happy to see you. Like, I see the building. None of the town's on fire except the massive bonfire. That was indeed a smart play on your part, so, ma'am, young lady. She kind of looks at you, waiting for something.
Yeah, I am handing her the whistle.
She goes, ah.
I was wondering if I was going to end up probably handing it to your daughter, but she decided to go elsewhere because he's still going to be in town till the morning since he's to see his daughter
Oh.
and her
His
husband.
daughter's here? She looks at you with this weird look. Her daughter's here? His daughter's here?
Yes, his daughter's here with her husband.
What? She looks at you. Oh my. Oh, she married a human. Yes. Did she marry a human? Elf?
It's human.
No.
It's the person that now inhabits your daughter's body he was very good friends with them.
Wow, it comes for a circle. Well, if that's the case, I must see this young man and congratulate him on bagging a red dragon. She smiles.
I don't think he knows she's a red dragon.
She goes, oh my. Hmm.
I think the only people that know she's a red dragon is me, yourself, and of course the person and of course your daughter. One other person knows there's 2 dragons in town, but he doesn't know who.
Oh, he's also drunk.
She smiles and is like, that is interesting. By the way, since I did make sure there's no one listening in on our little situation, we do have a little bit of an issue to discuss that you mentioned earlier on our trip up here.
Of course.
Not in the purpose of lying to my newly found allies. It will come to pass when something's going to happen. It's bad. She goes over to the table and she stabs her own hand with it and like goes right through her hand, and she like, you see blood just squirting out everywhere, and she's like, you see something like this is going to happen. And then you see the wound just slowly closing up and then like healing itself. And they're going to be asking you questions, and I'm not sure what to answer.
Well,
Just say you're part troll.
no, my response is, well, I have seen, your capabilities with, the undead and the healing properties. If your daughter is touched by the positive energy plane, what is to say that you are not touched by the positive energy plane?
That's an interesting theory. So
Just a mere
That's
statement of saying you're touched, and this is one of the perks of being touched.
well, I'm not going to tell them how to kill me either. And of course, my undead army of sentient creatures. By the way, what should I tell about them? Same thing, or touched by the dark evil plane? Cursed.
I have mostly been calling them cursed individuals.
I think that's a good way to put it, I guess.
They are suffering from a curse, which allows them, forcing them to be in the state that they're in.
But a curse generally means someone that has been befallen this horrible state by some malfeasance. They all volunteer. Has made the big difference.
There is
The word-
they volunteered for being touched, but the touch didn't quite work as well. It cursed them slightly, we could say. That is why they are in
Well,
that
they
state.
knew the side effect, is what I'm trying to tell you. They all knew this was going to turn them. I told you that before. I think I remember saying that they all volunteered to be undead. They knew that they would die and they would turn into those corpses. Another thing I must inform my friends is, do you cremate bodies here on this planet, on this land?
A few we have.
I mean, like, all of your dead.
I don't know if we do.
Out of character, I'm going to say that they do cremate bodies.
We do cremate due to the fact that we ran from undead.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, then that would be... Well, we do cremate our bodies mostly.
Like, well, that's good. Because there is a very bad thing happening to some undead where they come up from the ground. If they haven't been cremated, then they may come back to life later on. That's only I would going to tell your friends to continue the practice henceforth.
So, that brings a very interesting question to mind then. If we buried the body of the person who now inhabits your daughter, would that body be able to be rezzed?
It would. There is a highly likelihood of it coming back to life, yes.
So I'm gonna have to fight myself, is what we're going with here.
Possibly.
Oh God!
What?
Well,
You're gonna have to fight your dead body.
At least my dead body will be missing a hand. Haha.
yes.
Well, think about it. You have to look at it.
Hey man, you mean my daughter, person who inhabits my daughter's body, his body fell dead as well?
His body died when he transferred into your daughter's... When they transferred into your daughter's body.
The fact that he was a paladin, his god may protect him from such a fate, but the curse on this land is quite powerful. It may still take over him. I'm not sure. I do not. We've never chanced it. That's why we've always cremated ourselves.
Oh shoot! That means we may have to fight Bast.
Vast was pre-cremated for us.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot.
If he wasn't cremated, I wouldn't be surprised if he came back as an undead and be like, "You left me behind!"
What I really want, I want Bast to, for some reason, go to hell, then rise through the ranks, become a demon, then come back to fight us. Just for irony.
Just to come beat up Nothville.
Oh God, I would love that.
Demons! We're demons! We're a bunch of demons!
No, he won't become a demon. He'll go to hell and become a devil just so he can hunt demons.
I don't know. I think it'd be more funny if he became a demon.
That would be pretty funny.
So,
She's like, well, it's nothing horrible. It's just things that I have to inform. She cleans the blood off the table and just goes to her room and that's pretty much the night. She doesn't like do weird things to you. She just cuddles with you. Is what she does.
Okay.
And she does poke around a little bit, but there's nothing like real aggressive. So just pass that part. All right, Sarvin. While this is going down, you make it over to Athel, who is probably asleep right now, snoring in the stocks.
Drunk.
What do you do there, boss?
wait, what? So,
Sarvin, you there?
yeah. I was in my own mind, yeah. So yeah.
All right. So what would you? He's sleeping, and you come up to the stocks. There is one guard there to keep somebody from releasing him from the stocks. It's part of the punishment. You know?
Of course, I won't release him.
Well,
The
the guard looks to you, is like, "Can I help you, Sarvin?" You throw some more tomatoes at your friend here. He's kind of sleeping, dude.
No, I wish to talk with him.
Good luck waking him up.
Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
How do you choose to wake Nathal up?
I'm
With a
just
frying pan and
gonna.
a spoon.
No, I'm just gonna slap him with my cane.
Oh, jeez. How hard are you going to hit? Like, really hard?
Because cane's a weapon. Like, you're hitting him with a small club.
Yeah.
Well, it's the best way to wake up a barbarian that is drunk.
Dump water on his head?
Nah, this is much more fun.
And
All right.
painful.
And
You're not.
He likes
Sarvin
it.
is
He's-
not here to make friends. Okay.
Sarvin, just letting you know that Nathal will be released from this cage and may exact some sort of revenge upon you.
I
Just-
know full well.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, Sarvin, that if you do this action, then Nathal has the right to then enact his own action against you, okay?
I know.
So, Nathal, you didn't give me fortitude save for me, please. This is for waking up.
Whether or not a smack to the face will wake him up.
Yeah, you might actually be so drunk, and it did wake you up, but you didn't. You're like, and you're awake now. You realize you've been smacked in the face by a cane, and you do see Sarvin there. So, go ahead and take it away from there, sir.
Good.
Yeah. See what the hell you want.
Yeah, you. I have something I need to talk with you about. And I look to the guard real quick. Can you give us a moment alone? I promise. I will let him free. You can even keep a watch. I just need to talk with him. in
All
private.
right, I'll stand over there. He walks away, staring at you, far enough away that he's not going to hear, but close enough that he can charge you and kill you if he needs to.
Yes. Yeah.
Charge you and kill you.
That is actually plain.
Charge you and kill you.
Nathal,
What?
you remember the guy on that throne we saw in the ruins, right?
Yes.
What would you do if you was alone there with it?
I don't know yet. I was tempted to take the crown because it looked
Tempted.
so shiny.
Why not go back there with me and take it?
I was told that would be a bad idea.
You would not know before you have tried.
True.
I'm so
And-
good. I'm
and
so glad I
especially-
took care of my own business.
You are a barbarian, remember? You can handle anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So why take the warnings of something that you can easily handle?
I'll have to think about it when my head doesn't hurt.
I'm
3 days
hard
when
to
he's
think.
released.
Let's think about this once you are free.
Okay,
Just think about it. And
I can go with that.
and I walk away.
All right, so
I am so glad I talked to the priest, and he's going to be setting out first thing in the morning. Getting a 2-day head start.
yes, but
well,
forget that.
you forget that
Well,
Marcus is involved in this stuff too.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Not fun.
anyways, all right. So everybody wakes up. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you're pretty much the person that's the early riser.
Probably. I
Nathal,
gotta say my prayers and get my magic.
Between you getting up for that and me getting up for cooking all the time, we're probably the two up the first.
Except for me.
You don't sleep.
So where do you want to go
Sleep is
next?
for the weak.
You wake up in the morning.
Oh wait, would you ask me?
Yes.
Okay.
Self in the barracks.
I mean, I don't really have any plans. Like, we gotta wait for Nothville to be not in the stocks anymore.
Stocks? What stocks?
Not
Something
gonna go
in
check
stocks.
on your friend. Just do a swing
I don't
by.
know if I'd call Nothville a friend.
No,
Let's
your
talk
other
about
friend.
I'll probably swing by and just make sure the house is still intact.
Okay. So
I don't know if I plan on going into the house.
Okay.
But at least to make sure that it's not burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
Everything's brilliant.
Let me roll.
Roll for house burn down.
See what? Yeah.
Critical fail.
You show up at the house. No one has not been burned down to the ground, but you hear merriment from coming inside the house.
That
They're
is
drinking.
good news. Or bad news. Maybe. Wait, is it the morning? Oh god. I'm gonna let them have their fun. They seem to be getting along.
Okay. Anywhere else you go after that, or you good?
I mean, sorry, I'm checking something real quick.
Okay.
Don't really have any other plans. I guess I'll just I'll probably go train with the guard a bit in the training grounds. Maybe practice some flying since I don't have any ranks in fly, and just start practicing enough that I can maybe put some ranks in at next level.
Alright. They watch you fly. They're like,
The flying I'd probably practice a little bit outside of town.
oh, okay. The guard. Oh, you don't practice with the guards or a wizard or something like that, or that cast spells.
Do we have any wizards in town that could cast fly?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
There
Then I may
are
go-
a few here at Fort Hope.
Yeah.
Then I will
There's probably actually a couple of people here that can fly on their own.
Well, it's fly the spell is a little different from like having wings or something like that. But I'll go then. I'll talk to some of the casters and get some advice from them and practice if they have the time.
All right. So, tell me this instructor's name that is at the. So I can write it down.
Let's go with. Hold on a second. Let's go with Tarkin.
All right. Grand Moff? No, can't.
Probably not his title, but the name's spelled the same.
Okay, so Tarkin is Four Hopes Wizard. All right, Tarkin. All right. Just to be, because I like Tarkin in Star Wars, he looks so old, just like he does. Looks like he's about ready to keel over any minute now. And he's got a British accent, of course.
Well, that's required.
It's applied. Good evening, sir. It is a pleasure to see you, young lady.
Well, am I a sir or a young lady?
I don't know.
Neither do I, honestly.
What pronoun do you go by?
I think I'll go with she
Very well.
for
My
convenience.
young lady, then, what can I help you with?
Well, I recently have developed the ability to cast some magic I did not have before, and I was seeking some instruction on the usage of said magic. I appear to be able to fly.
Oh, that is indeed interesting. Is this a natural ability that just seems to react, or you learn the spell?
A mix. It appears to be the spell,
Oh,
but it's not well, maybe it is natural. I'm not sure. I don't know the details of it, but I believe it's like casting the spell.
Yes, there's creatures out there that are able to fly without no wings. It is kind of strange. It would be indeed a pleasure to teach you, if you don't mind me studying your ability as payment.
I would not mind at all.
I assure you I am a gentleman of the highest caliber, would not dream of hurting such a lady as yourself. So I understand.
That's good to hear. I hadn't really considered it, but all right.
Just assuring you that my intentions are good.
All right.
Well, he takes you over to like a, I guess, the
Courtyard, practice field.
He takes you over to like one of the back towers, and he's like, "Okay," and he's
Okay, jump off the tower.
like, yeah, he's like,
Fall down, face
yeah,
down.
walks up, yeah, he
you
takes
catch
you to the tower, and he's like, "It's a good thing that I memorized that. I usually memorize that spell from time to time, in case we get waylaid by some attackers. You never know, and throw fireballs from the sky. It's really."
It does seem useful.
He casts fly on himself, and then he looks to you, and he's like, "Go ahead, proceed."
I do so.
And he's like, "All right." And he goes through the instructions on how to fly. He like takes you up in the sky, and he's like,
Oh, actually, quick question for the DM. Do I, because I now have fly as like a spell-like ability, do I get fly as a class skill? Because it's not naturally.
for the, I'm gonna say, sure. I'll just say,
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, is it? Do you have to pay more ranks if it's not a class skill?
Well, no. The
You don't get
difference
the
is,
+3 bonus if it's not a class skill.
Yeah. Class skills, once you put a rank in, you get a +3 bonus to it. If it's not a class skill, you only get bonus equal to the amount of ranks in it.
Okay.
Plus your relevant modifier.
What? There's classes that teach you fly, like wizard or whatever. Or...
Wizard has fly as a class skill. Most of the casters do that have fly on their spell list.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I say for sake of mechanics, I think it will still remain a non-class skill until, of course.
Okay. Sounds good.
To be fair to other players that play spellcasters.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's better
Check.
at flying. Spellcasters can be better at flying. He's teaching you like basics. You're gonna be able to control yourself.
Uh-huh.
If I would have given you wings, well, I did give you wings, but you still are not sure on how they work yet. So when that happens, then it'll become a class skill. So, and I'll let you know that. Okay, sound fair?
Sounds good.
All right. So we'll go to Nathil's in the stocks. He's just gonna stay there. Sarvin, what are you doing all night and all day?
Just taking a casual walk. I'm going town.
Okay. Anything particular you want to do?
Not really. I'm just keeping an eye out for anything.
Okay. Landily, you wake up in the morning, and instead of you cooking breakfast, the Red Queen's cooking you breakfast. She woke up earlier than you.
That's a pleasant surprise. Landeley's just so used to cooking. It's just almost natural. You're confused.
She comes over to you and is like, it's always good to change it up a little bit. She kind of kisses you on the forehead and it's like, you're so good to me, Landley. If you were only a man, then we would be married right here on the spot, she said. But I thank you for keeping me company.
More confused than not now. Okay.
You look perplexed, honey. What's wrong?
I'm just very surprised. That's all.
Surprised about what?
Just
A queen doesn't know how to cook? Is that what it is?
no, it's not that.
Well, spit it out, darling.
You are surprising. You have surprised me lots. That's the best way to describe it.
Oh, my darling. You are indeed a treasure that should be enjoyed. You see, I'm a little hesitant to fall in love. You understand?
I do understand. I have my own hesitances for falling in love.
She sits down and is like, looks at you and puts a hand on your hand and is like, want to talk about it?
Well, you've mentioned the scars on my back. That comes from a very brutal time period in my life.
Yes. And I'm assuming from your tone it was a nail that did that.
Yes. Forcing me to do pretty much be locked in chains and used more as a tool than as someone to be loved.
If that man was alive now, he would know the wrath of the Red Queen. She stands up, walks over to you, and like hugs you around the neck, and says, "Darling, I know all too well what it was like. I was beaten a couple of times myself, taken advantage of. I fought every tooth and nail, every moment of that time. I came strong enough and became powerful enough that no man would ever take advantage of me again. It's a wonderful feeling.
That's why, during the time period when I got the chance to escape, I did so.
And now you're here. Your life is very precious to me, and you see, I don't know how long, even if someone sticks a silver through my chest and I'm sitting there in the ground, eventually that silver may come loose and I'll wake up and you won't be around. And I'll be your friend will be visible. It's hard for me, but it's hard for me to fall in love with a woman, but I can learn to love you if you want, she says. But it's going to take time. You must let me do it in my own time.
Okay.
She kisses you on the head and then goes back to eating. So that's pretty much. So Diane, after your instructions, it's like we're gonna say it's like afternoon, getting close to nighttime. He gives you like the theories of flying and a book of flight, and he gives you instructions on how to watch out for like how long the spell lasts. He does let you know that if the flying ends, it doesn't automatically drop you to the ground. It lets you fall slowly to the ground. So that when the duration ends, you just slowly fall to the ground. So you have enough time to recast it on yourself to continue going.
At the end of casting it, I actually cast Slowfall.
Yes. Diana, you there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So, what are you going to do for the afternoon?
Honestly, I don't have anything else planned for this jaunt in town. Like,
Okay.
I probably just
Continue learning how to fly and then
learning how to fly, practicing with the guard for my
Waiting for
normal
that
combat
belt.
training.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else I need to do, so it's mostly just that. I probably attend church once.
Okay.
If
You do
go
run across Marcus comes and gets you in the evening when you're like heading off to the dorms, or you get tapped by one of the girls. Like, Marcus is outside to see you, she says, and she continues into the girls' dorms.
All right, I go outside to see Marcus.
You see him dressed in his adventuring gear with his bow and everything all set up, and he's like, "Well, good old Father Franklin and me are heading off to some god-awful place. He didn't tell me what it was all about, but he wanted me to travel with him, so..."
All right, well, best of luck to you, and just don't feel too bad about going off in the middle of nowhere. Trust me, it's important.
He's like, "I kind of figured as much the way he was going on about it. I'm not going to ask any questions, though.
That's probably for the best.
But have you met my father? I got a father. I didn't know. I'm a my stepfather.
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law, yeah.
I think I saw him around town. Yeah.
Oh, yes. He's quite interesting guy. He drinks quite a bit. Knows how to hold down his liquor, I guess. And very funny-looking fellow. What's with him wearing? I asked him about the pajama thing. He's just like, I just like to be comfortable.
I don't know, man. I haven't really talked to him too much. When I first met him, he tried to hit on me, so figured I was just gonna keep my space.
Oh, you want me to talk to him for you?
No. It's fine. Just let it go. I got it handled.
All right, man. I mean,
Appreciate it though.
I know. I'm sorry. I know you can handle yourself, Diana. It's hard. It's hard for me to see how unachieved have done. I hope you forgive me. And,
I laugh and slap him on the shoulder. You're good.
all right. Well, I'm gonna head off with Father Franklin and go head out. He waves at you, and he walks towards the battlements of the fort, heading off to the new road, traveling down the new road that was just built with two other gentlemen and Father Franklin. So that ends the night there. Landley, we'll just continue fast forwarding until Nathal gets released. Is that fine with everybody?
I was gonna
That's
say
good
the
for
only
me.
other thing I
Yeah,
would do is
fine,
maybe
yeah.
take the Red Queen to the classes to talk to the students, but that'd be about it.
Okay. Let's see how that goes here. So,
Now it's no screen time. Only for
Nope.
me when I need to speak with him.
it doesn't go as much as she's not a educator. You can tell she got annoyed. Like she's a little bit annoyed about all the questions, and like they were like wanting to know the rest of the land, and she's like, she flat out says, "I know what's on the rest of this map, but that would be no fun. I just told you, would I? You get to enjoy exploring this whole land by yourself. It's going to be great. And besides, there's not enough of you right now to even try. And if you run across any more of my people, they're not as friendly as we are. And there's a lot more of them further on you get into the mountains areas."
Did someone say demons?
Yes, demons. Lots of them. But don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll run across them sooner or later.
Bastards here. He have returned from the grave.
An undead zombie. So, alright, so so I'm assuming Landley, Diana, you're there when Nathal is released from the stocks.
Yep.
Okay.
I flex, I stretch, and go. That's not as comfortable as I remember it.
It never is.
The guard just rolled his eyes and like, God, I don't have to babysit the drunk guy anymore.
So are we killing things?
No,
don't
we're
we know
off to a
yet?
political meeting. If
So
you're
you're
lucky,
killing
we'll
my
get jumped on
patience.
the road.
So we're killing my patience. All right, cool.
Maybe we'll get jumped on the road. That would be nice.
It would be nice.
Politics are not my cup of tea either.
Well, well, well.
I smash things. That's all I do.
Let- Let's show who is more fighting. Obviously, not good at political things. Of course.
So when do we leave?
Later today.
Who all is going with us?
The Red Queen and probably a few other people. That's my guess.
Diana, just to answer that question, Diana, you've been dispatched as, since you are a paladin or of the group, you've been dispatched with 10 soldiers with the Red Queen to go.
Oh, look at me. I've got command. I'm in charge now, bitches.
He does tell you that technically Nathville maybe still, if you go into the forest, then you need to listen to Nathville, or Langley for guidance as far as survival is concerned, but
I'll bring you on as my advisors.
Just stare at Diana for a moment.
I say that, and then I pause for a moment and just look downwards and go, Nathville? Advisor? What?
I can see you like, wait, no,
sick?
you, Lendley.
What did I just say?
Advisor smash things.
sweet.
Okay.
The advisor on how to kill it faster.
You
Yeah.
may be very
How to
sick.
kill it faster? Hit it harder.
More hitting.
That is the way
Dying,
of the
hit it more.
barbarians. I would suggest a little fire instead.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Magic is better. But that it does mean it solves everything.
So,
It's okay, I understand now. But
yeah, you take a nice bath before you go, or do you just like,
I just jumped in the lake.
all right.
Clothes and everything. Except for my backpack. I take the backpack off and I leave it on the side.
Okay.
I can't get my food wet. I'm not that dumb.
Okay. All right. You head off to. Okay, so Sarvin, while he's by himself, do you want to have a little chat with him while he's unlocked from the stocks, or the conversation earlier?
Oh yeah. We need
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
A little too early for that.
All right.
Thank you.
People are still going to be watching me.
All right. So the Red Queen does join you on the road, and the man offers her a mount, a horse, and she politely declines, saying that she would do her own mount dishonor by riding another horse and dishonor the soldiers that are walking with her.
yeah, she probably got some points there.
We saw her horse before.
Well, she does have another mount. I'm not sure if that would be good as well.
No, that one would be terrible.
I'm going to show up to a peacekeeping meeting and
On a red dragon.
I'm here to talk. Uh-huh. Sure you are.
We're here for peace. Uh-huh. Yeah. And you
Can I burn something now?
something?
The red dragon.
Oh, I have the perfect photo for this. But
dragons?
No.
Yeah. Anyways, you have
Pass
perfect
this
for this.
on.
Alright, so yeah, you travel down the road. Kind of slow going a couple of times, but nothing too horrible.
No, that's not what I was looking for.
Anyways, so
So we're going down the road. Is it beautiful? Is it lovely? Do we die horribly?
no, halfway to Hammerfall, yeah, you do sleep on the sides of the roads. You know, you got 10 guards with you.
Mm.
If there was anything that was going to come around, I mean, you do see some antelopes run by, and but there's plenty of food to make it to Trip and Hammerfall and back. That has been provided to you by the city, and you recognize someone, Lanley, as you're traveling. The old lady with the cart.
Ooh.
Any chickens for sale?
You see an older woman. She's probably about at least 70 years old, human, and she's got a cart behind her that she's pulling, and she's got chickens in crates behind her. Wooden like latch crates with leather straps. Like each had like about 5-6 chickens. She looks at you and is like, "Well, do you see I have chickens, young lady? I mean, come on. You know I've got chickens. I always have chickens. You want to buy a chicken, young lady?"
Yes, I would like to buy some chickens.
Wait a minute. Didn't I see you before? You came from Hammerfall with a nice young man?
Yes. But that has been quite a while.
Yeah. You weren't at the festival. I was really disappointed.
I have been busy with other things.
How many chickens do you want?
1 crate.
Ooh, 6 chickens. Okay. Do you have a way to carry them, she says, looking at you?
I look at the donkey.
I thought you were going to say, I look at the barbarian.
That's a possibility,
She
too.
puts a little leather strap around the chicken's feet, ties them together, and just hands you they're hanging and they're clucking, still alive.
Yep.
By their feet.
I'm like, we're gonna have a different meal tonight than the normal stuff we've been having.
Should look at Skype.
Yes. Diplomacy. Anyway, that's good. I like that one.
Sometimes hitting with my axe is the best solution.
That's diplomacy. So we're gonna eat chickens, huh?
Yep.
All right, so you make it to Hammerfall. There is a group of guards there. It looks like this time she smiles like, now see, this is like it. And you hear the trumpets blaring, and as she walks in, she walks last, of course, as she did before, into the gates. And Diana, you do see General Ural Tharsis there, or should I say Lord? Either way, they call him. Most people call him General.
Wait, who is this? The general for the military?
Yeah, he's the general of Hammerfall. I would know him, for sure.
No, he's the leader of the entire Finland. He was the lord that was charged by the king to safeguard the people on their trip to Prim. So basically on their trip over here. So he's been put in charge, or he's been left in charge this entire time because he's a pretty nice guy. He's kind of an older gentleman.
He's standing there. I mean, his suit does not look the best. I mean, he's still probably got obvious mud on his boot, a couple of mud stains here and there. He looks pretty good, but a little rough.
He he is the commander-in-chief, basically. He's basically president, lord, king, however you want to put it. He does not like to call himself king. He just, when people talk to him, they call him General Ural Tharsis, or General Tharsis sometimes. So.
Can I just call him Tharky?
At your own peril, you can.
I'll think about that.
Okay. He's like, looks at you. Landely, it's good to see you. I'm from the group that I sent all the way to find ruins and find out about the map. I came across your information that you sent me. Quite an interesting read, I must say.
Quite.
And is this the famed Red Queen?
Yes,
Your
it
Majesty.
is.
Your Majesty, he bows appropriately to her and reaches his hand down and, picks it up and kisses her back of her hand. And she nods and was like, "It is a pleasure to meet you as well, General." I must say that full plate mail looks good on you. She kind of smiles a little bit. He's being a little flirty towards her, but not pushing the buttons a little bit. But
More of a general comment.
yeah, so he goes, "Well, let's discuss the matters. I'm assuming she invites Landley and Diana, and but Sarvin and Nath, she does request Nath will not be there because he might do the same thing he did before."
Obvious reasons.
I probably saluted when he came up originally, just because habit and is kind of my boss.
Yes. He,
Which is
Yeah.
going to be funny because he probably does not have any idea who I am.
yeah, he does not know who you are. Yeah,
Okay.
he's not aware that you are Darvin. You might not even. I mean, yeah, he probably does remember your old person's, like in passing one day that you saw him, but
I mean, I had been
Yeah.
around for a while. I was probably fairly well known.
yeah, yeah. The information has not reached him yet. So.
Right. So I'm just some random hot chick saluting him for some reason. He just probably assumes that I'm some soldier.
And he looks at you, and he does look at you, and he's like, I do not remember you joining Finland. You a daughter from somewhere?"
I just kind of grin and say, well,
We can discuss it later if you wish.
that might be best if we discuss that later.
Put my
Who I
hand
am.
on Diana's forearm. I'm like, no, please, Diana, tell him who you are. It's important. He should know.
Yes, I know. That is why I will tell him later, Nothville. Why don't you go sit in a corner and try not to break anything or get yourself thrown in jail again?
You can always head north and help the lumberjacks out.
Ooh.
That might help you deal with the fact that you haven't hit anything in a while.
Yeah, but fighting lumberjacks doesn't seem fair.
I was talking
Yeah.
about the trees. And try to take the tree to the face and just throw the tree to the side. That sounds like a thing a barbarian would do, right? Make the tree
Trees don't
fall
fight
on himself?
back. Tree don't fight back. It's no fun.
Sorry,
Right.
do you just want to join the political meeting?
Some trees fight back.
Or do you
Just
want
walk.
this time? This is the perfect time to be alone with Nathville.
Sarvin,
Sarvin?
you there?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot to mute my mic.
Oh,
Despite I actually want to join the political subject, I have more important things to do.
okay, good.
So I don't say it out loud.
Okay, you just basically excuse yourself from the meeting. I'm
Yes.
assuming that Diana and Lanley are going to go ahead and let you do that since they don't know you that well still, somewhat.
You could be walking around Hammerfall for all I know.
I mean, Diana doesn't really trust Sarvin, but she not gonna like try to babysit him.
Yeah. All right. So,
As far as I know, I've already taken care of the thing that he wants to technically do, so I'm not too worried about. I wouldn't be worried about it even if I knew.
so that the meeting is Nathal. What do you do while the meeting is going on?
Well,
You're gonna speak with me.
that's if he finds me. I'm gonna find a tavern, and I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I walk after you to the tavern.
All right. The tavern is more of a makeshift tent than the actual building. It's like it can be moved from here place to place. They try to they move as close as they can to the lumber mills. And the lumber mills also move as well as the lumberjacks are bringing in logs to try to keep closer to the area, to the wood lines and stuff. So it can be moved, picked up and moved. There's a kind of a portly young lady sitting there, as well as a very pretty looking wench that's running around, picking up stuff and carrying it around.
You can just see the name of the tavern being the Old Ox Tavern. May have an ox that helps pull the tavern around. That's why it's named the Old Ox Tavern.
Sure, that would be a good name for it, the Old Ox Tavern. We might call it that. Sure.
Well, I will go into Ye Old Ox Tavern, and I will sit down wherever they have to sit. And yell, "Wench, I need an ale now." Actually, make it two.
She walks over, hands you the ale, and puts out her hand for the money for the ale.
I pay her however much it is. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I'm assuming you just put down a gold and you got enough for at least as much ale and food as you want, pretty much. Just take out the gold.
That works for me.
All right. So you're sitting there and he's like pulling out. She, gives you the 2 steins of the ale, and she's like, haven't seen you in a while, Nathville. What do you, you do remember as a fellow barbarian, who's now wenching, basically. And she's, just like, what's been going on?
But killing things. It's always fun.
Oh. That does
Troll, undead, demons, people.
Troll? You killed a troll?
Yeah, ugly little bastard.
Oh, that does not. That does sound interesting. Tell me, she says, "Well, I got a lot to work with, but you'll let me know later, right?"
I smile and say, "Of course. It's always fun to regale people with tales of blood and victory."
I'll go ahead and. Her name is Zane.
All right, we'll document that.
Yeah, female barbarian. He has a great axe as a weapon. And she's done with her shift, and she sits with you and talks about, when how boring it is, but she doesn't like hanging out with guards or doing on guard duty. She just likes.
It's boring.
She's never one for guard duty, but she can't wait for that time when glorious battle befalls them, and she'll be on the front line then with her axe in hand
And an ale mug in the other.
Yeah, the ale mug would be there.
Yeah, priorities are important.
She only drinks like one stein of ale. She doesn't get herself drunk. She has told you stories about like how she's, as a female, her father and her parents were very abusive to her as well, and she doesn't like getting drunk because she's just doesn't like the feeling of it. She wants to be in control at all times, unless she wants to be able to go out of control and in control it on her whim, basically. Her aspect. And Sarvin, you're there?
Yes, I am always here.
Stalker.
I'm always
Just
here watching.
sneaking a piece of cheese and some bread. Yeah. Which is a little bit more of an extra, but she adds it in. As you.
Ooh, cheese and bread is always good. Something simple.
Yeah, something simple. She tells you that the lumberjacks have been telling stories of spotting creatures, of undead creatures. And she's like,
Yes, I've seen them a few times myself. Stay away from them. Most of them are harmless. Some are very much not.
but I can't believe we came all this way to escape the undead, and they're here in greater numbers.
Yes, I have an ally of mine who's explained a few things about them, and it seems like these undead are not like the ones we came from. Most of them are still in control of their mental faculties. They still can think and feel. They don't speak very well.
Oh my!
Some weird language.
Are you sure
yeah.
it isn't just you too stupid to learn that language?
No, I've learned the language. I mean, I had to, but that's for different reasons.
She smiles and is like, "Oh yes, we were all instructed to learn the language too, as well. Everybody pretty much is taking classes on it. I'm not really good at it." She starts talking to you in Romanian, trying to practice a little bit.
I have not learned it myself.
Oh yeah, she's pretty bad at it. It's like, like someone speaking Spanish, like "Como te llama?" It's like,
Oh no. Stop right there.
yeah, or someone that I know, Jack probably like someone from America trying to speak Danish, and they're like pronouncing every syllable of the word that's not necessary to pronounce.
I haven't really heard anyone outside Denmark who have tried to, so I don't know really how much it will
Trust
sound.
me, don't worry, the Americans will ruin it for you. We're good at
Yeah,
that.
one day.
Trust me, Americans find a way to
We'll
make
find a way, don't worry.
a language sound like it came from
A guttural.
horrible place. Yeah. Anyway,
We're good at that.
That's just like other people do broken English sometimes.
but you gotta give them credit for trying. That's all. Anyway, so she continues. She's like, I'm not really used to speaking that bread. And she goes back to common, and you guys are just chatting away as she's serving drinks and coming by and talking to you guys. Do you have any further conversations while you're there between each other?
I don't know.
Well, I would like one conversation to go on, but not with all those people around.
Not with other people. This is Dafel's alone time. He drinks, he eats, he watches the pretty wench.
I'm assuming there's a moment there, Sarvin, when there's not a lot of people in the inn.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That is the time where I speak up. No,
I'm assuming you're talking in low tones so no one else can hear.
yes.
Alright.
Nafa, do you remember what I spoke about you to you
yes.
for a few days ago?
Yes, it's always. I'm not an idiot.
Good. Then
Generally.
what What do you say about it?
I like the idea of it, but I don't know. Seems like a lot of responsibility.
Responsibility that you can easily handle as a barbarian.
I gotta think about it. I don't like. I didn't even like when they made me a duke. It's God. Adopted. People tell you, "Oh, now you're royalty," and it's so boring.
I can see where you come from. You are not. You are one of the many barbarians that do rather like the battlefield.
Yeah, very much so.
And I like to travel those battlefield. In the battle or outside it. Doesn't matter. So what do you say? We go back there and make our own battlefield.
We can do that. I would probably say we should do it now because Landely would expect it. She's no fool.
That is correct. She's no fool. She's a very smart woman. A
She
bit
saw
too
me run
smart
off.
for her own good.
She would know I was up to something.
Yes, that you was. Husband also me, but she would know that you will not be as effective to think about a plan on your own. Not to disrespect you, of course. Just what she is thinking.
Yeah. I'll drink more ale, eat more cheese and bread.
So,
We're about
Sure.
back.
So am I
I will
understanding that you
send
guys are leaving during the negotiations back to
Uh,
Crown?
not right now. Would probably not be a good idea.
Okay.
Because
Okay. Just
Landely would.
you guys decide to sneak away. Okay. Alright. So I think that's a good spot there, and we'll go to Diana and Landley in the beautiful talks. Diplomat.
that awkward moment where I couldn't
Talks.
figure out a thing to say.
So you show up at the. It's a decent sized hall. It's Hammerfall is becoming even a bigger town now. People are slowly like making their way from Prim and Leanna that are like there's just it's too crowded there, or they feel like it's too big of a city. And some of them are even going further to Fort Hope, hearing about the rich and fertile land that's further on.
That has been found and the road is being made towards.
Yeah, they're really excited. Adele, yeah, they're really excited. They talk about hanging out in the city known as Adele now, which is what they call in Nathville Shack.
Nathville Shack is a city,
Yep, City of
Okay.
Adele is what they call
but there's no one there yet.
it. That's exactly the.
That's
I
the
know.
point.
They're going to make it a city, and then they're going to continue to the actual city and name that one too.
It's weird how they name things, isn't it?
Oh god.
So
Just please kill me already.
the City of Adele. All right, named after Nathville's.
Vast rolls over in his grave.
You could say he's rolling in the deep.
Oh,
But
horrible.
Well, he almost did drown.
Well, I didn't draw. I didn't drown. I didn't. I
You
was
almost
close,
did.
yes, but I did. Yeah.
You passed out underwater. I count that as starting to drown.
You would
I
have been
think you took
faster.
some drowning damage, so.
You
Yeah.
should have been faster. That's why.
Oh well, excuse me.
Hey, So yeah, you guys show up at the little conference room. You do see Diana, the cleric that you were talking to, and the priest of Archmage, the bishop of Torm.
I'd probably see him and bow and say "my lord" or something of such.
Kiss
Or
ass.
father. I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work.
It is.
He's basically my boss's boss's boss.
Yeah, big baby.
And of course, they sit down at the meeting. Diana, she insists that you sit on her right-hand side.
Okay, I sit there.
Sit with mommy.
Sit here with mommy. Be a good dear. Here's your dolly. Don't speak. Don't yell while the grown-ups are talking.
My eye twitches some more. I'm developing basically a nervous tick. My eye is twitching so much.
Yeah, no, that does not happen. She's very polite to you. She just points to the right-hand side. She's like, you should sit there. She says, whispering to you. That is your right.
I do sit there.
They wait for her to sit before they sit down, and it's like, and your Altharsis starts up. He's like, is indeed surprised that we've finally come across remnants of what was here before. We've read all the information from Landwilly about the cities here, but there's a couple of details we're not clear on. She nods and is like, she then goes on to give the information that her and Landwilly already talked about. She does demonstrate to them as well by stabbing herself in the hand that she can heal herself, and that she does tell them that she can be put to sleep by being stabbed with silver, but if the silver is removed, she'll wake back up and come back and seek vengeance. She tells them, but by the time that happens, the person's probably dead. She does go into the fact about burning bodies. It's probably wise to do so because that may be the curse of the undead corpses. They may come back and be beings that still have remnants of their memory back, but they're just undead.
I can just see Diana cringe at that point.
So Diana, when you hear her talk about this, there's a possibility that someone who's buried in the ground here can come back to life. What is your reaction to that?
That's Diana. What is your reaction to people are coming back from the dead?
Well,
Especially your body.
Let's gonna go back missing a hand too.
well, that's certainly a concern. We spent so long fleeing from the threat of undead from our own land, only to come here and find that the threat has been here far longer than we have. Now may be a good time to bring up who I am and why I'm here, I say to the table. Mostly the people who don't already know who I am, obviously.
General Tharsis and the priest of Torm looks at you. Please.
I stand up. I go by the name Diana now, although I was around a couple months ago. I was affected by a curse, or a trap, a spell, whatever you would call it. Several of you may have once known me. I was before the incident. I was the paladin Darvin.
The priest of Torms gets up and is like, "My lord." Lady.
Yes. Well, no, we have one lord, and it's not me.
I mean, yes. I'm sorry that happened to you. I didn't mean to this befall you by sending you on this quest.
No, it's fine. I know you had no intention of this happening. You could not know, and you did not even send me. It was the angel of our Lord, that's Our Lady, that sent me. But I'm learning to live in this new body, and I'm learning to adapt. But I felt it important that you all know that. Now, to go back to the previous question of my opinion on the dead coming back to life, well, that is certainly a concern, as my previous body is buried somewhere and was not cremated. So I certainly fear that I may wake up. Can that happen? I'm by no means an expert on the undead, but that would probably not be good.
He nods and he's like, "That would be indeed a very interesting thing, but it's a thing. It's a judgment of reaction, because if there's two, excuse if I say this, Darwins, then who is the real?"
That is a very good question. Also, will the undead Darvin have all of my memories? Will he be me? These are very theological questions that I don't have answers to. Do I have multiple souls if he comes back to life? This seems confusing.
Well, the fact that your soul is in this body, if he does come back to life, one would think that your soul would then transfer to him. Such a fate, I hope, since you're still standing, I'm assuming that fate has not befallen, and hopefully that is the case.
It
But
would
what,
Yes.
I would
what I
believe.
know about religious things is that they sometimes don't always work that way.
Yes.
I
Well-
personally would believe that his body, since his soul is already in this body, his old body would just be rezzed as a mindless undead.
Well, I personally am not too concerned about the theological ramifications of there being two me's. From my perspective, I am the real Darwin, or Diana, however I wish to be known as. That one's clearly not me. Even if that one is the original one, from my perspective at this point, I want to be alive, and I want it to be me. So I'm going to have to assume, for the sake of my sanity, that I am the real Darwin, or was the real Darwin.
Was and are.
Yes.
Yes, it's a confusing conversation to have. Name changes do that.
Body
Because-
changes do that.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with body changes.
Neither have I.
Name changes, it's happened. I've been known by many names. Body changes, this is a first for me.
He's like, we may have to investigate that further. Perhaps you already been there before. Sending you back there, I've received notification that a group of people have already been sent there. Perhaps we can send a carrier pigeon to them, letting them know to dispose of your body in a fashion.
That would work, however, I don't know that we have any carrier pigeons that could make it. We may be able to find someone, if there are any spellcasters in the town who can cast animal messenger or something similar. That may work, because a normal carrier pigeon would not know where to go,
True.
since they have to learn their locations.
We can talk to some of our druids and see about them.
But that would be for the best at the very least, because the people we sent should probably know there's a chance that an undead Darvin may be waiting for them at the site.
An undead paladin.
Indeed. I hope that Yamade does not. This does not befall your corpse. That Yamade blesses your corpse to stay dead. She looks him straight in the eye, and then when he says that, he says, "My dear man, there was many a paladin that this curse befall them as well, and they are still paladins. But that is a very powerful curse. Where does it come from?" She kind of looks at you, Lanley, like a knowing look, but then looks at him and says, "It is just part of the land. Our master, Hellion, is the god of the positive energy plane. He is on our sigil, the Threll, the Grell, or whatever. It's a massive bird." And he's like, "Yes, I know, from the positive energy plane. But there's also his brother, who's master of the negative energy plane as well. These things go beyond what we understand. When our culture existed, well, it still exists in this way, but there was two types of paladins. The gold paladins who worship Telion and followed their rules, regulations, and then there was the black paladins who worship the dark one. And they followed his rules. And they worked together for sake. I am the only one who has been able to master both. And so I was given the moniker the Red. There's been several other knights who've been able to do the same thing I have. I'm Red as well. I see. So what you're saying is you're going to keep everything safe? Well, my undead do walk around and do see it, but there will be a large number of undead over in Port Sister. Now, they are my undead, but they are not aware that I'm alive. We're commanded to keep that fort safe from any attack or harm. If you were to head down that way, that's going to be a slight problem. I should go there and let them know that peace has befallen us and we are friends now. And all I ask is that the towers, there's going to be 7 of them, and when you find them, these towers are to be left standing, and whoever occupies them alone, as well as Mal in his hut. He is one of my. He is part of my group as well. And as far as a concern of this treaty, he's to be left alone. No one's to hurt him. If you want to go talk to him and speak to him, you may, but please have respect for him. He is an elderly gentleman. No one is to go into the lake. It is a holy lake, and the island is considered to be forbidden passage by anybody. If I catch anyone on the lake or attempting to reach the lake, I will consider that an act of war, and I will launch a full-scale attack on anyone and all people that try to traverse the lake. And I see. I'm sure we can agree to that. The lake can be yours. And do you eat or do you need food? Of course, I'm a living human being. I need to have substance. I would also like you to recognize that even though her body is borrowed, this is my daughter. She is, I will say, like to name her my, what they call it, ambassador between the lands. And give her title and respect as far as that's concerned. If there's anything that you need from me, you go to her first, or vice versa, or because I, for one, want to go around and find different things and see the world as it once was. But if you attack us, we will defend ourselves, you understand. I don't think any of these things that you say are horrible. And if you ever run across a throne with a man sitting in it, with a crown on his head, that has been stabbed by 10 silver spears, it might be 10, I don't know how many, but has been nailed to the throne and is just sitting there, don't look him up. That is my lord and master, the king of Romania. If he wakes up, he outranks me. Whatever deal that we made here will be null and void at that moment. And I assure you, my friends, you do not want to deal with him. He is not a very nice person. You understand? That is great indeed. Do you know where he's at so we can keep our people away? She like smiles, looks at Landley. I have no idea. They both look at you, Landley, but don't ask the question yet. And then that's pretty much the end of the meeting. You get stopped by General Uriel Tharsis there, Landley, off to the side and asks you if you know where it's at. What do you tell him?
What did you want to do if you knew where this location was?
Actually, he looks at you. It's probably best if no one knew where it was. If the location was already found.
The location dies with you, he says, and pulls his sword.
Oh, that would end so badly for him.
The end. You don't know what level he is.
I would die, but that would end badly for him.
Oh yeah, no. No, Red Queen would be kind of pissed.
Yeah.
She likes you.
It'd be like, oh, you strike her down. No, that's war. It's like, what? Oh, crap.
No
Well, we do know about where the dragons are.
Also, didn't she make you the ambassador between the two countries?
No, that was you.
Oh, that was me?
No, that was you. I'm surprised
Oh,
she
shit.
didn't try to make me ambassador as well, but I was like, oh well. Maybe she
I-
has
I-
other
I'm
plans for my character for all I know.
I am unprepared for this job. I walked in here saying I hate politics. Now I'm an ambassador. Oh god.
Yes. And I'm like,
I'll have to converse with the Red Queen after this.
Yeah. So they walk out into the courtyard, like, hear ye, the treaty between Romania and this country of Finland has been signed. As respect for the country that was here before, we will show the coat of arms in reverence alongside our coat, so that we can show reverence to the people that were here before. And from this moment on, I proclaim, Diana, what's your last name? Or what was Darvin's last name?
Darvin has actually never given anybody in this campaign his last name.
Oh,
He just goes by Darvin.
well, yeah, but so...
now you're Diana Darvin?
Well,
Diana, what's your last name, man?
oh god, Darvin would probably pick something dramatic, because that's how he do.
Skippy.
Diana Skippy.
Or you just want to be... Just, I mean... Is that putting you on the spot too much there, boss?
Yeah, I can come up with one, but I'm gonna need some time. I wasn't actually planning on having a last name.
Alright, well, he
we'll
claims,
assume that he lists it, and I'll figure it out later.
he goes, and as part of the treaty as agreement, I proclaim Diana ambassador to the country of Romania and given rights as set forth. Kneel, Diana, before me.
Neil
Holds out a
Winch.
sword.
Niels.
I hereby, from this moment forward, by the power of the gods, Torm in the Triad, and your god Yamade, proclaim you Sir Diana, ambassador of Romania. Rise now and be recognized by your peers.
So what do you say to that, Nothfell? I'm pretty sure you're in the crowd.
I laugh. You just hear me way in the background laughing.
I
go.
twitch.
I twitch. Hip hip! Alright, Diana! Diana! Diana!
I just look at the Red Queen with a panicked look.
Nice.
And I'm just standing beside Napo. With my
And
cane.
he says, peace comes to Finland and Romania. Let us have a celebration! Bring out
The
the ale and the pigs, and let us have a feast. On this day, I proclaim a national holiday from henceforth, celebration of our treaty. And everybody screams and yells, starts running off in the sides, and people grabbing food, and bards start playing songs. And
You're a national politician. They love you, Diana.
Landley, he gives you a title known as the keeper of the
It's a question. Who do I work for now? Is it the human government or like the native government? Like I'm a princess, I think, but also an ambassador. But whose ambassador am I? And I'm very confused.
You're the ambassador to Romania. Basically,
So I'm the ambassador to Romania. So from our people.
yes.
Okay.
So now you basically
But I'm also a princess of Romania.
Rank as General Clarsus. You're basically like you're basically his mouthpiece to the people of Romania.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
And no one thought that I might have a conflict of interest here.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh my god. Why is it that
Well,
The
if she
shoe-
requests you be the ambassador, he's not gonna say no.
He was
Okay.
respecting
That's
the
not
Red Queen's
That's
wishes on
not
that
an
one.
unreasonable request as far as he's concerned. Why would he be like, no, that's...
That's fair, I guess. All right. Well, we'll just make it. We'll see how we do.
And the reason Landley should not pick you as ambassador because she plans other things for you.
As I was suspecting. Me personally,
You're
not
well
Landley.
very ambassador to the land of Finland. I mean, come on now. That'd be bad. Anyway, so but he does tell you that he tells you not to write down any information of what you know and that it will stay with you. He does recommend that you find a student, and he puts a rank called on you called the Keeper, and it's a special title that is basically you find someone that you want to tell the secrets, so they know not to poke their head in that area, so to speak. So that way, if something happens that...
Keep the secret by telling people the secrets.
Well, no, only one person. as the keeper. She trains
Alright.
somebody else to be the keeper when she's about ready to die, is what he tells her. So that way, he doesn't want to know, he doesn't want anyone else to know, and he doesn't want it to be written down. He just wants the knowledge to be passed from one person to another.
From one trusted person to another.
Yeah.
I will tell him. I would tell him at least. I would at least tell him one thing: that there are 4 people that know the location: myself, Diana, Sarvin, and Nothvel.
And if somebody raises Bast from the... Well, no, Bast was dead before we found him. Never mind.
He goes, all right, we were good there. And it's like,
And it will be sealed soon. To the best that it can be. That's all I tell him.
Wait. Can I hear this?
No, this was in private.
Okay,
Yes.
never mind.
This was, I got pulled to the side, he like grabbed me, drugged me into a side room to talk to me about something. I told him the 4 names of the people that know, and I told him that the entrance will be buried.
Okay, just make sure.
yeah, so he bestows a special title known as Keeper, basically, that whoever you deem necessary to tell the knowledge, they should know. And it will then go down. That way, if by accident they don't forget. You know, mountains do erode over time. Things happen. The entrance might be found later on, hundreds of years from now. You never know. As far as you know, these people don't die. You know, the Red Queen was asleep for at least 1,000 years. So, as far as you know, they don't die.
Oh yeah.
So, and all right. So the party rocks out. Diana and the Red Queen is with you at this point. So, is there anything you want to say to her in private or no?
Not particularly. Now that I understand my situation better, I thought that I was being made the representative of the Red Queen, not the representative of our people. So I am more comfortable with that.
Yeah, ambassador means
Because I thought, I thought that like the Red Queen was saying that I was her ambassador to our people, and I was like, I do not think I know enough about the Red Queen's people to be an ambassador for them, but an ambassador to them, I can manage that. I'm pretty diplomatic. I can do it.
Yeah, you are ambassador from Finland to basically a U.S. ambassador to England, basically. You represent Finland, ambassador to the Red Queen. That's what she's
Got it.
said. I want this person to be my ambassador. The person that I talk to about any changes in the treaty that need to be adjusted. The part of the treaty basically says you guys can colonize wherever. She does tell you about the area of the dragon. If you have run across any questions, she does tell you that she will be traveling to Fort Sister and notifying the people there that eventually you guys will show up there. She doesn't know how long it will take you to colonize the rest of this area. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of people yet, but it will probably happen sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. That's all there is to it.
There are more people on the way.
Yeah. I mean, sooner or later, you guys are going to start colonizing this whole area. It's going to take a long time. Years and years from now, when your characters are long set dead, and your families and your kids take over. All right, so the party goes on. Sarvin Nathil, what do you do during the party?
I'm gonna approach Diana,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder and say, "We need to talk in private."
I turn around. I'm holding a drink. I've been drinking a bit. I need it.
I take the drink away and I set it on a table and I say, "We really need to talk in private."
I kind of notice that you're actually being serious for once and assume it's important, so I follow you.
Oh God.
And we keep our eyes to make sure nobody's following us.
All right.
Including any small dinosaurs.
Yes.
No. Damn, it's just on my shoulder.
And
All right. So you're saying
we
that
just-
you're not part of this conversation, Mike Sarvin?
Apparently they want to be alone. I'm gonna let them for now.
All right. Go ahead. Just wanted to
As
keep
we-
that out of the way.
with me and Diana are alone, I look at her and go, Sarvin wants the crown. From the dead guy.
Damn it! I do it.
Diana just kind of goes, well, I'm not entirely surprised. This is a tricky situation. How should this be handled?
Kill him.
That seems like not the best way.
No, you're not killing another one of my cousins.
But here's the issue. The problem is, here's the problem. They just made me an official, like, government official, like an ambassador.
So now,
My primary job is upholding the treaty that was just made, which involves not taking the crown. That's
Which is
in
why
the
I told-
treaty, and I appreciate it. So now I just need to figure out the correct way to go about dealing with this.
done. Just kill him. It's easy. But that's just me.
God, you could have been cruel. You could have just said, "Okay, I'll go with you," and just kill him out in the backwoods somewhere.
All right.
Oh,
Can we
fuck you.
can we have a small out of character conversation for a moment here?
Sure.
Okay. Full disclosure. Just because of the situation that's going on right now, I would love to find a way to resolve this in a way if anybody has any suggestions. But the issue is, Diana, the character, does not trust Sarvin whatsoever. There has been has multiple times been shown that she should not trust him, has no reason to try to help him or to
Well-
continue adventuring with him. And I would love to have a way to keep this working, but I need an idea. I need an idea that makes sense in character.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't involve having him just executed
Yeah,
on the spot for no
because-
reason.
The only things I can think of that Diana in character would do would be either have you executed or have you thrown in jail forever.
Well, that's
And I
the
don't-
question
And
yeah.
the player, Ben, here, does not want to have to do that to your character. But I can't think of any other options.
I know the problem. I have been in it before. Trust me.
Like, I just need to know, does anybody here have any ideas?
No.
Well, let's ask the
Nope.
person that's involved here, Jack.
Yeah, Jack,
I-
that includes you. Do you have, understand my position and just do you have any ideas of what Diana could be
I-
doing here?
Trust me, I know your position. I have been in it multiple times. I just don't know how to deal with it. I always just goes against what my character do because that's my only way to get around it. But that's not really the point of role playing. I know, so
Right.
I don't know how
A
to do it.
suggestion I might have
Okay.
for you to talk to Nothville to try to talk him out of it is one of the few options that would work. I don't know how well that would work because it's Nothville, but
Naval
it-
is not. Diplomacy with Naval. Refer
It
to
could-
Skype.
So it could work.
I know that would be
No,
the diplomacy. Hit it with an axe.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe not Nothville, but maybe me too. But just I could take it from the angle of I'm a paladin. I would rather try to convert this person rather than punish them for it because that's the good thing to do.
Not for good.
Huh?
You could you could also possibly talk to me about it. I would also probably come up with a possible answer of we can fill him in on more or less what would really happen if he does take the crown, making it more of if he takes the crown, it would probably be 10 times worse of an idea to take the crown than it is.
Hey, how about we do this though? Since we've had fun with Fast, let me do this as because Sarvin, I think that you had more fun, just out of character. with Bast than Sarvin?
Well, it's more because I know Bast more than I do than I know about Sarvin. I haven't really worked
So
out with
let me make
him
you
much.
this deal then. How about we roleplay Sarvin being thrown in jail, and then Bast comes back to life, resurrected by.
I was already had an idea how to bring Bast back.
Yeah,
Well, for
we-
next time I
That'd
need to
be
change
like
character.
fair because I understand Diane is in a sticky situation here because, and that's the thing you were hoping that Nathal would go with you on the idea, but he betrayed you, and now you're kind of in this
Yeah.
situation.
You forget that Darvin and Ethel are friends.
And they've been together for a long time.
Sarvin does not know it. Remember?
Yeah, I know, that was the
Yeah.
point.
That's true. I keep
true.
forgetting that Nothville's about as old as Diana is. So we've probably known each other for a while.
Everybody forgets that Nathal is 120 years old.
I always forget you're an elf.
All right,
Just they're not very barbarian-like
So-
race.
Sarvin, is that fair to you?
Like, basically, which would you rather do? I'm willing to either we can do what he said and switch over to you being Bast again, or if you'd like, I'm willing to enact the Diana tries to convert you plan and see if that works. Basically, whichever you would prefer going with.
I don't really care because I would like them both, but I would like Bast more actually. So yeah.
There's also the
Okay.
there's also the possibility because I did send the one priest guy over there, Father.
Maybe it turns out that the priest resurrects you while you're there or something.
Oh,
It's like a
because,
thank you favor.
But wait, wasn't
Father
Bast
Franklin is
body
not
burned?
powerful enough to resurrect him.
Oh,
That doesn't mean
issue.
he couldn't bring back the ashes after finding the grave site.
No, for resurrection, you just need his name. You don't need part of his body to resurrect.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about if I was allowed to bring him back as a fire spirit, since he was burned.
That would be a little silly
Yeah.
if you are
Yeah.
if you're brought back as a non-player race.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Then again,
I-
I'm kind of a non-player race at this point, so I'm not really sure.
Oh, you want to be brought back as an undead, but that means you can't talk.
No,
So.
he's at a fire
Oh.
spirit,
Yes,
Oh,
which
a
isn't
fire
really a
spirit.
thing.
since he was burned burned to death. But it's fine.
Yeah.
I can go with the other way around. Just having him no, just resurrected.
So, okay.
Just have somebody resurrect him randomly. And then he comes over to bug Nothville. He's like, "When did you get back alive?"
I just look at him and go, great.
You
I
and
don't
me.
want to go away.
Oh, Bass doesn't know I'm a woman.
No, you wouldn't.
Nope.
Wait, Here's a better question.
So
What do
I'm
we do with
gonna-
Bass' sword?
So give me 5 minutes to think about
do
it.
with Bast's
why the priest of Torm
I think I
was-
still have it. I've just forgotten about it.
Okay, good.
So, let's give a 5-minute break here. So, Jack 2, go ahead and update Bass to the level that Sarvin is at, and give him experience points, and the experience, whatever gold you want to spend. I'll let you go ahead and.
Wait, does he have? How much gold will he have then? What he had last time before?
What was the level character again? 6,000.
A fourth
Yeah.
level character is 6,000 gold.
That's a
Yeah.
little much though, because what level was he?
Level 3 to begin with, but now level 4.
You were
So-
3. Give me a second. I can figure out how much gold he would then potentially gain for the level change from 3 to 4.
I mean, 2,000 it should be, because I think level 3 is 4,000 gold.
It should be something like that, yeah.
Well, Sarvin's stuff would be sold, but that would be just given back to the people.
It's
well, yeah, that's the
it's
thing.
3,000 gold from 3 to 4.
So we'll resurrect Bass. He has all of his equipment, and then he'll have an extra 3,000 gold, I guess.
Alright,
Okay.
that sounds good. So,
All right. 5 minutes from now, give us a 5-minute break. Let me think about how this all goes down. So,
Alrighty, sounds good. We're back.
Okay. So, Diana, what do you do? So now that we're back, Nath will just drop the bomb on Diana, the newly found Sir Diana, I should say, ambassador to from Finland to Romania.
Okay,
Ambassador to Romania.
wouldn't
So
it be Lady Diana?
Knighthood? I don't. I have to look up on knighthood, but I believe you have to be Lady Diana. But ladyhood says that you're noble. Being called lady back in the day.
Okay.
Knighthood.
So you're Sir Lady Diana?
I'm not sure.
Apparently, according to Wikipedia, it is Sir if it's male and Dame if it's female.
So you're Dame Diana?
Apparently.
Okay.
Dame.
You're DD.
You're Double D! Yeah!
Double D.
You're Dee Dee. Yes, that's your new nickname. No.
No.
Hey,
Yeah, but
Dee.
when Baz comes back, he's still calling you DD.
It's an awkward thing because apparently that's like the official term, but it's almost never used because, you know, they didn't really knight females.
Double D.
Well, as far as it's up to you. Do you want to be preferred to be called Lady Diana, or do you want to be Sir Diana? It's up to you. You are knighted. That's your choice.
We'll go with why don't
Tits.
I'll just be referred to as Lady Diana.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me.
I think that sounds better than Sir or Dame.
Yeah. And an ambassador can be considered to be a noble, maybe. I don't know. All right. So, what do you do, Lady Diana?
All right. Well, okay. So Nathvel.
Yep.
So we should probably arrest Sarvin. And I'm not. So I haven't seen Sarvin fight too much, but I don't think it's a good idea to get the normal guard involved. I don't want anybody getting hurt in case he tries to resist.
Okay.
So why don't you and I take care of this?
Take care of this as in keep him alive, or take care of this as in he might live.
Ideally, we're just going to walk, in the ideal situation, we walk up, tell him that he's under arrest, and hopefully he does not resist. And we just take him to the people in charge of punishing him, because that's not really my job. Shit, wait, is it my job? Diana kind of looks off for a second, looking confused. What is my job? I don't think I do that. But, hopefully he doesn't try to resist. If he does, then try to keep him alive. Also, we need to probably get him out of this party. This is probably not the place.
Probably not.
Do you think you could get him outside of the party, since he seems to be trusting you?
Probably.
Alright, I know sneakiness is not exactly your forte.
Yes, no, it's really not.
Why don't we we'll just wait and deal with it after the party's over.
Drop kick him out the window.
Alright, so we probably head back to the party and proceed to act like normal.
Okay.
We walk back. I put my hands around her hip. Then act like normal.
I smack his hand.
Do you remember I was a guy, right? That's like maybe, I don't know. No. So you head back, he tries to grab your hip and you smack him away. And you guys...
No, I don't even say anything because I know he's not actually interested. He just likes messing with me.
It's
All right.
funny.
So, assuming nothing else needs to happen at the party, we probably wait
Tell
until
Landley about it.
I would try to discreetly bring it up with Landley to let her know.
Alright, so Landley, why do you get really drunk, or are you just enjoying the time, just like sipping on, nursing a beer, or enjoying the party, or no?
I do not get drunk. Mike Landley does not like to get drunk at all.
Okay. So Diana approaches you, whispers in your ear the situation of Sargon wanting to go get the crown.
And I just explained that after the party, I and Nothville are going to arrest him.
He might get executed for this.
I kind of shrug and just go, "Hey man, I'm just doing my job."
I know you're doing your job. I also told him, or I told the general, who knows the location. So if he's getting arrested, he might get executed.
Hmm.
I'm just letting you know it's a possibility.
I will keep it in mind. The issue is I'm not sure it's worth the risk of not turning him over. He has done very little to convince me he is worthy of trust.
Well, I would imagine we'd have probably moved off into a private speaking area.
We probably, if you wanted to have this conversation, you probably, after I whispered the situation, you probably would have pulled me off to the side.
Oh yeah, I would move you over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can also say that he'll have a hard time finding the entrance. You remember Mal gave us the scroll, correct?
Yes.
God, man, why do I forget his name off the top of my head? But the father guy from Fort is going to...
Diana pops in and says, Father Franklin?
Father Franklin is going to landslide the entrance for us.
While that's good to hear, I still don't think it's worth the risk, because I don't like to play with the possibility of the extinction of our entire people.
I fully understand that.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know it. I'm just putting... Basically, I'm telling you what cards are also on the table.
Yes, I thank you for letting me know. I will keep it in mind.
Okay.
So, assuming there's nothing else.
Okay. Alright, so as you're heading off, Diana and Landley, back to your seats, you see a very nice-looking gentleman approach you two ladies, and he's like...
Is he wearing pajamas?
No, he's not wearing pajamas. He's very well dressed, very in noble's attire. He's got a lot of, he's got like a gold chain around his neck. He has got a rapier, very distinct chin. He's got a goatee, pointy goatee, and he walks with you, my ladies. He bows steeply. I'm looking for... Do you know of a Darvin? I'm looking for a Darvin.
Yes, that would be me, I say, inclining my head.
He looks at you.
It's a long story.
I see. He's like, shall we go somewhere? I need to, if you wish to your friend to come along, I need to talk to you over there. He points to another, like further into the alleyway.
Random.
Roll perception?
Shoot, I'm at a party. I'm probably not wearing my armor, am I?
Yeah.
I'm probably just wearing my diplomacy robes.
You do probably have your weapon with you.
I do at least.
I probably have a weapon. Probably not my main weapon. I don't know if I'd be carrying a greatsword around.
Landley, the person seems to be,
Or am I rolling a sense motive on this one too? I'll roll a sense
seems to
motive.
be carrying something, like he's trying to hide it from you, but he seems to be up and up, like he wants to talk to you in private, but doesn't want anyone else to notice.
I was doing the perception check more or less looking down the alleyway where he
seems to be
pointed.
hiding. Yeah, there's nothing in the alleyway.
I calmly walk over there like there's nothing wrong.
Okay, I walk over with Landely then.
Looks at you. This is Diana. You now feel the presence of someone very, like, even though you didn't detect evil, your paladin spidey senses are tingling right now.
In other words, detect evil now.
I have appeared,
Goes-
Asabin.
He goes,
On our way over, is he like right next to us or?
yeah, he's right. He's not like within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
Like there's a gap between you and 5 feet
So is he in front of us or behind us?
behind you.
Okay.
He goes, now that I have an annoying creature that is, for some filthy reason, has befallen me and my people, and I don't want to deal with them anymore. Consider this my gift to you, and he hands you a jar.
Diana just looks confused and looks at the jar.
He says, you can take that thing back where you got it from. And you just see this wisp of, as he hands you the jar, just wisp of fire, and you hear like screams of pain and anguish as it just like disappears into the ground.
As he does?
Yep. He
I
hands
just look-
you
I look at Landely just very confused.
She's looking back at you, confused as well.
I don't remember pissing off a demon lord.
all of a sudden you hear the familiar voice coming from the
We hear demon.
demon coming from
I hear that.
Blast annoyed hell so much they sent him home.
I just kind of gape at the jar.
Oh,
You know,
slow
I could
clap.
just
I will kill you all, demons! You let me out of here now! You
I-
filthy demons! Ah!
I could just bury this jar and no one would ever know.
But you are a good person.
Yeah, Diana doesn't really mean it.
You're
Demon!
like, I could bury this, and wait, you would know.
Let me
That's
out!
it.
I want to kill all demons! Why now?
You might want
Do
to
I-
take that to the head
Do I
priest
hear
in
the
town.
calls of demons in Bath's voice from where I am?
Yeah, you do, but you're drinking a lot, you're looking at your beer like, dude, I'm hearing shit or something.
It's a sign.
I'm drunk enough that I think I'm hearing Bast. I need to drink more.
You want to be closer to Bast. I knew you love him.
Alright, Bass, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you!
Alright. So here's the deal. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for me to, I guess, bring you back to life.
No, what's funny is he's not gonna recognize your voice because you're
Um,
using a female voice.
No, roll a knowledge religion.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, you probably.
You get a +2 from Landley because she's up.
Okay, so add 2 to that.
I'm like, I don't.
This is what's called a soul jar. His what you know from it, it is basically like whatever it is will cause him to come back to life. He is
Like when I open the jar?
Yeah, if you open the jar, he will come back.
Okay. So,
Stand back.
No, I rest my case. Bast, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, okay? I got. Listen, I will let you out tonight, okay? Now is not a good time, okay? Understand?
You sick him on his own. You sick Bast on Sarvin. That would just be hilarious.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Well, Sarwin is a demon too as well, so...
God,
Look,
Bast would enjoy
demon!
killing Sarvin.
You want me to kill
So-
that shit? Sure.
So, Basket, I need you to stay quiet until tonight, and then I will let you out, alright?
Till later. Let me out of here. I need to kill a demon.
Alright,
Fine. Run quick. Do it quickly.
okay. I take him and I put him in my bag of holding so that nobody can hear him.
All right.
His voice is so annoying and loud that anybody nearby can still hear him.
I just look at Landolay like, what the hell? Oh God,
Let down. It's too dark in here.
we can't hear him. You're on another plane of existence.
Yeah.
we're just
feel too loud.
standing there for like 5 minutes looking at each other with a dumbfounded look on her face.
just half conversations like Diana going, but how did he? And then you just going, I know.
Oh, What?
But yeah, I know. But wait, no, I don't know.
You don't want to know.
Finally, we go back to the party.
Okay.
I look over as they walk back and like, I miss Bast.
I won't
reach
miss
over-
him for much longer.
I reach over to Nothvel's tankard, grab it, and down it all in just one chug.
I look at you as you down a tanker of elven abstinence.
What'd you say?
Elven absence.
Oh,
It's you're gonna have a fun night.
Oh, fuck.
As long as you don't have another one there, because otherwise I might drink the other one.
No, it's now gone.
I look at Nothvel and I go, I don't think I am. Somehow I do not think I am.
Touche. So,
This is to help lighten the mood of what just happened.
Bas is too annoying, he will never die for good.
You'll find out later, Nothvel.
He will
You'll
always
want at
come
least a dozen more drinks before the end of the night.
Trust me on that one.
okay, and I just go around and start grabbing more ale.
Hold off until later. I'll give you some buffer time. Don't worry.
Alright. So I'm assuming you wait till the party is almost winding down to rest Sarvin?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we just say that you rest him and not Sarvin, do you mind?
Basically, that's going to depend on, hey, Sarvin, are you going to try to resist us arresting you?
Well, he is chaotic neutral. He wants his freedom above all else, so he's
Okay.
gonna resist.
I guess we're doing PvP then.
Yeah.
Sarvin, why are you doing this to Jack too, man? You know.
Well,
Alright.
sorry, but it's how he is. I cannot-
Okay.
I can respect that. He needs to roleplay his character.
Alright, so let's
So, can we say we pull him outside first, so that we're not having a fight in the middle of a party?
No,
alright,
if I in the middle of the
I'll
party.
move everybody to the hold on here, let me get I didn't think. Hold on.
Switch us to just a random location for now.
Yeah. Give me a second here.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's gonna be intense.
Okay,
Me
so
against 3 people. Oh my god, this is gonna be.
I'll move you
That's
guys over here. How's that sound?
That's
Okay.
fine.
You're not in the wilderness, but this will work.
Yeah, it's just your random location for now.
Alright, so the donkey's not there. Move 'em off
The
to
Red
side.
Queen's not there.
Yeah, she's hanging out with somebody. Alright, so hanging out with the king, talking, shooting the breeze.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm assuming you approach him and say, you're coming with us. It's like, you cut him, he's like probably out in the woods. I don't know, maybe he's like just hanging outside. So everybody go ahead and give me initiative. You going with them, Landley, or no?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay, so Landley, go ahead and give me initiative there, sir. Everybody.
Working on it.
Yay.
That's damn right, not you. So
Yes. And here I. Oh fuck.
Who's Dan?
His
Damn,
little
it's my
pet.
little familiar.
Okay, right.
He's gonna run away and be like, nope.
all right, so Dam does not know what's going on right now.
Well, actually,
Combat has not
that-
been initiated yet.
yeah.
So who's gonna start combat is what I want to know. Who's gonna start it?
I mean, if anybody's starting, it's probably going to be,
You are not
Sarvin.
Phil.
Well, no, I was gonna say Sarvin because I'm walking up, going, "Hey, Sarvin, listen, sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to put you under arrest." And I'm hoping he just comes with me.
All right, Sarvin, it is your first action then, because he goes,
I've just
"I'm
told
gonna
you I'm
put
putting you under arrest.
It is your chance to act. He does not expect you to attack him, so combat has not been initiated until you attack. So go ahead. It's your turn, boss.
Question. A swift action, what is that?
Swift action, you get one swift action per turn.
Okay.
So you get one swift, one move, and one standard action per turn.
Okay, good. I just
You can
need
also
to-
you can perform a full round action and a swift action.
Okay. So I can either only move a swift action or attack a swift action. Is that how it is?
You can what?
You said I couldn't get a full round if I chose the swift action.
So a turn is made up of 3 actions: swift, move, and standard. There's
Oh.
also something called a full round action that uses up your standard and your move, but you still have your swift. So in your turn, you can either swift, standard, move, or you can swift and full round.
Okay. Okay, just make sure. Then,
But regardless, you always have a swift action on your turn.
okay. As soon as Simon has been told about this, he is for the first time gonna use his swift action to draw out his sword from his cane.
Okay. And now, what's
And
your move and standard?
then I'm gonna walk up and attack the paladin. Stab her.
Okay.
You are never taking me alive.
Okay. Go ahead. And I'm assuming the 10 does not
What
hit.
does
So,
it show that? It should not.
That
show
wouldn't
that.
even hit you standing there with no armor on.
Yeah, and I'm assuming I got my armor before we did this.
We probably had the time to do that.
So even without my armor, that wouldn't have hit me.
Not show what?
All right, so
did you
Who's
roll
up?
what'd you roll? A 3 plus 7?
it looks like a 3.
Yes.
Okay. That is your action. Does your little familiar want to do anything?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
You'll bite your ankle off.
No. I just need to make sure. Okay. He is going to. Well, he can only bite. Whoops. He is going running up to. Let's see. Naffle and attacking.
You can charge
Okay.
for +2.
Oh god, it's the
Oh,
cat.
yes, +2 extra.
Not
Is
the
that
cat's
for
gonna get
attack?
you.
For attack or damage? The
Just
+2.
Attack.
Attack.
To attack,
cool.
to hit, +2 to hit for charge.
Okay, I've added in now. Good, and then. God damn it!
That's a miss. Okay. Landley, you just see him attack the creature attacks Nathville. Nathville just looks at it like, really? Really?
Something similar happens over here with Sarvin.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Landley? It's your turn, boss.
Yep.
I will draw my sword as part of my move and move up.
Mhm.
Swing.
You want to move diagonally to be flanking?
Sure.
I mean, you could also, yeah, that way you flank on your turn.
So you move up, flank.
I want to
Go
give
ahead.
you that
Okay.
+4 flanking bonus.
+4.
Yeah,
Oh, right, because of your special sword.
because of the little dagger. I pull that out too. I just
You
hold it in
attack
my
with the
offhand. Get your +4.
Yeah, he does not have to attack with it for it to work.
Nope. I just have to have it out.
Yeah.
What is
I
we
do
at?
not
Attack,
lethal
man.
damage.
Oh, jeez. Does a 15 confirm?
Confirm that is against
It's
what?
17 confirmed because I forgot about the flanking bonus.
But is it again? The confirm is also against my AC or what is it?
Yeah, it's for sure easy.
Okay, then yes.
So you take 13 damage and then sneak attack there, Landley.
Oh, God.
I don't even know if you're still alive.
So another 9. So
Yep. If I would have leveled, it would have been there would have been 3d6.
you didn't level your character from
I'm not level 5 yet. I'm close, but I didn't level.
okay.
So that is
Oh.
-9.
That's
9 plus
13, 16, 22 points of damage.
22. Whoa, half of my health gone.
Bam!
Doesn't like you.
Axel, it is your turn, boss.
Okay. I
Say
see the
goodbye to your
little-
familiar.
I attacked the little thing in front of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear Lord!
Yeah. Go ahead.
Dead.
I attacked the little thing in front of me.
Squish.
It's puny.
You killed this familiar.
Yes.
Crap. What happened when you killed
Wait.
this familiar?
What much damage do you to it?
I mean, he just dealt
40 damage to your
40
familiar?
points of damage.
40.
That would
That
put
is exactly
me
how
out.
much health it has.
All right. Can someone SRD
That's
down?
30, 40.
What is a familiar? What happened when a familiar dies? For
What class is Sarvin? A sorcerer?
No, Magus.
Megas?
Magus?
Yeah.
I don't.
I believe it's
I know in regular 3.5 it was detrimental. I don't know if it's true. I think they didn't make it as detrimental in this one. I'll just look up the
Let me
common
check.
wizard because it probably just goes
Yeah,
under
check wizard
wizard
page.
stuff.
Yeah, because Magus doesn't natively get a familiar. It's a.
Yeah, he just has. He would have to pay a lot of gold to get a new familiar. 200 gold per level. If
the
he was a
familiar
wizard,
is dismissed, lost, or dies, it can be replaced 1 week later through a specialized ritual that costs 200 gold pieces per level. That ritual takes 8 hours to complete.
Any negative effect for it dying?
Not at the time.
No, they
Okay.
took that. They
Just
took that out from the regular 3.5.
Okay.
If you're a witch, you can't cast spells until you get a new familiar. But sorcerer doesn't care, or magus. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So Diana, it's your turn. You just see Nathil just like obliterate the core familiar into little chunky bits.
It's gooey.
You look like a lot of rage went into that killing of that familiar. He's like
trying to fight me, and I just.
I just kind of look at Sarvin like with a sad look and say, I really didn't want to have to do this. I activate my boots of speed.
Okay.
Smite evil.
Smart doesn't work on him. He's not evil.
Ah.
So I hit him once for 19 points of damage, assuming a 9 doesn't hit his AC.
Well, don't forget your
No,
plus.
9 doesn't.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, what does a 13 hit your AC?
Remember, you have +4.
But 13, yes. No, wait, 13? No, that does not. It is, my AC is more. So,
Okay.
So you take
yeah.
19 points of damage.
19 additional on
Oh, wait.
top of the 22.
Well, wait, what?
You got
You
22
take
from me
19
plus
damage.
19 from Sarvan.
Yeah, I know. That means I am 3 health. 3.
Sarvin, it's your turn. What do you would like to do? Your dam's dead, so I'll just go ahead and delete him.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. What's your AC, Sarvan?
So, it is. Let me check a look again. 16.
Yeah, I don't think you have to
Okay,
get it.
I forgot about I also have a +1 to attack on top of that, but it's not high enough.
Yeah. All right, Sarvin, what do you like to do? Who would you like to poke at, or you want to try to run? You
You're
want
just like still up at 41 damage. It's like, wow.
I'm gonna turn around and reach my free hand out to Landely and use no, wait, on my hand now. Actually, I don't know. Yes, I'm gonna. Should I use that spell? Nah, I'm gonna use something else. Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Still, I'm gonna
spellcast.
turn around. I'm still gonna turn around to the Landely, and I'm gonna use my necklace of fireballs version 2.
You gonna use your necklace of fireballs on Landley?
No, I haven't used it yet.
Oh,
But yes,
so
I'm
you
gonna
can drop behind, so you're gonna hit Landley
I'm gonna use it
and
now.
Natalie? Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
And I'm gonna use
well,
the one with
I think-
66 damage.
Doesn't he have to roll a concentration check to not
No,
provoke
the
an
necklace
attack
of
of
fireballs.
opportunity?
Not on the
Just take-
necklace.
Oh,
Not on the
okay.
necklace. Because it's
Takes
just
off-
pull it off and throw.
Yep,
Yes.
that's what it does.
And I'm gonna do that.
Okay, go ahead. Roll
Got
your
it.
66, and Nathville and Landley roll reflex saves for me, please. I believe, what's DC on those?
I'm gonna look at for that. It is DC 14.
Landley
Half damage then.
and
Okay, they both take
of them
half
eight.
damage.
So
I take
Landley
nothing.
got-
Evasion!
Ah, fuck.
So Nathville, you take 10
10?
points of damage. 11 points of damage, right? Or 10.
It's
Yeah.
usually
Round.
rounded down, so it's 10.
So you take 10 points of damage. Langley, it's your turn as a fireball goes off. Guards are now alerted to the presence of a battle because of a fireball going off near town. Okay.
Do not mess
Nice.
with me.
That's
All
a.
right.
Oh, yeah.
how did you attack with your sword?
Who, me?
Scimitar.
That's Landely.
That's
Oh,
me.
that's Landley. Never mind. I thought that was Sarvan.
Take your 13 points of damage.
Let's see.
So you're negative 10. So combat is over because he is unconscious or at negative 10. He's still alive.
I mean, unless Nothville wants to do a surprise thing.
Nathville, do you want to run up and coup de grace him?
I don't know. I mean, you just got hit with the fireball.
I enrage and then coup de grace.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, we'll say he's dead.
He hit me with the fireball.
That's what I said.
Oh, pissed.
Yeah. Nathville runs over and just like hacks off his head.
I look at Diana and I go,
Surprise.
he hit me with a fireball.
I really hope that doesn't count towards me not being good anymore for paladininess.
It doesn't, actually, because you didn't have a choice in the matter, because according to the turn order, it was his move.
Well,
And you
Diana's still not happy about it.
you didn't have the ability to stop him. I mean, you could say, we could have tried something there, because we would have first aided him, kept him
technically,
alive, and then he would have been arrested.
Technically, Nathville would have provoked an attack of opportunity for coup de grace, but I probably wouldn't have taken it.
You're too far away to take the attack of opportunity. I could take the attack of opportunity, but I would have just been confused.
Yeah.
Because you're not close enough to Nathel to attack him.
Yeah, I thought he was closer, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, the guards show up. You are, technically speaking, this is your charge. You did not expect them to attack you. You thought you were going to go peacefully. He attacked you and attacked Landley. He was going to kill you guys. So, but you may want to talk to Nathel later, or give him a stern lecturing about.
I give Nathel a glare as the guards are running up that basically says, "We'll talk about this later."
Yeah.
I just shrug.
All right. So
I could have accidentally killed him flat outright if my damage would have been up there again.
yeah, that is the end of Sarden.
Well, I turn off my
Great.
pulse of speed.
They do hear your guys' thing. So what do you tell them when they come up, the guards?
I mean, they probably run up at first, and I just kind of nod to them and say, "Gentlemen," as I'm cleaning my sword off.
What happened? What was going on? Why is he dead?
You don't need to know.
I arrested him. I declared him under arrest for violating the treaty. He decided to resist arrest, and unfortunately, we were unable to take him in alive.
Ah. Well.
I'm just standing there, like, wiping the blood off my blade.
They go, okay. Well, yeah. If he was breaking the tree, I don't know.
Don't worry, gentlemen. I will report this to our superior immediately so that he knows exactly what's going on.
Okay. So part of the treaty is to cremate him. So we'll get a pyre built.
If you could take care of that, I would appreciate it. He helped us out in the past, and I would do him what honors we can in death.
Okay. They prepare a funeral pyre for Sarvin. You head off to.
I'm gonna go talk to what that general guy's name is.
Tharsis, General Tharsis. Yeah.
Yes.
General Tharsis.
He's talking with the Red Queen, and they're looking around like.
Ah, good. Red Queen's there. I can talk to both of them.
And she's all. I didn't know you had fireworks going off during the festival. It's like, I didn't know anything about that either. I saw that fire coming from here.
Sorry. Let me know when I walk up.
You walk up, yeah, right.
Okay. So, that was an unfortunate accident, both of you. If possible, if you have the time, I would like to report on the incident that caused the explosion.
He looks at you and he says, "Very well." He gets up and they lead you over to the office room or something like that. And,
right.
They both sit. Lionel and Nathel, I'm assuming you're following him or no?
I'm with Diane at least.
Yeah.
I will follow.
We sit down. So, unfortunately, that was the result of my first charge as being the ambassador that you have appointed me. I was informed that, unfortunately, one of our companions, Sarvin, if you remember him, was making plans to try to find where this king is hidden, wherever he may be, and steal the things that he possessed with him.
Oh my, that would not be good.
Well, I agreed, and that is also very strictly against the treaty we had just made earlier today. So I approached him and attempted to place him under arrest so that I could bring him to both of you for judgment on this matter. Unfortunately, he resisted arrest and attacked me and my companions here, and we were forced to deal with him.
Well, if then he was planning to betray us all, a traitor. We will burn him at the pyre with no pomps and circumstance. All his items will be forfeit. Of course, we will give him the blessings of the gods to carry his spirit off to hopefully the
Wherever it may go.
wherever it may go. That is unfortunate. She nods and is like,
But
it is wise that he not be disturbed. It would have been the end of you all, I'm sorry to say, and I believe Diana saved everyone's life. Or whoever dispatched him. He was like, nah.
well, I simply wish to report on this matter to both of you, so we're not alarmed by the reports of fighting in town, and understand what's going on. I believe the situation is contained. I don't believe he had been conspiring with anyone else, although I will be looking into the matter just to be sure.
Who told you that this was going to happen? Where did you hear it?
He approached my companion Nathvel here. I say, nodding at Nathvel, seeking for assistance in the matter, and Nathvel wisely brought his request to my attention, understanding that it was not something that should be pursued.
General Tharsis walks up to you, Nathvel, and pats you, puts a hand on your shoulder, and is like, "Good show, sir. Good show. I'm very pleased with your actions as a soldier, and reward people who do an excellent job."
You ready to become a Duke of Two Nations?
No.
For this action, I will grant you the rank of sergeant.
Sorry, you broke up. What did you say?
I'll grant you the rank of sergeant.
Oh. Nod. Thank you.
Military
Duke of the
ranks,
Roman
not-
Empire, Sergeant in ours.
Military
Sure.
ranks, I'm sure Nathvel can deal with. It's nobility ranks that Nathvel has issues with.
You will be in charge of, if we ever go to war, you'll be in charge of 10 men at your, he gives you a writ. I will send you a list of the names from Fort Hope that are under your command.
A nod. Understood. I could deal with that.
He nods and is like, well, let's go back to the festival so that no one thinks that nothing bad happened.
Narcos order, kill everything.
Pretty much.
Not
It's not
Nathvel.
one of us. Kill it.
So are we going to take Nothville and show him the surprise?
Well, I think I'm gonna get Nathvel drunk first.
Wait, what surprise?
But come on, Nathvel, why don't we go have something to drink? A lot of things to drink, and I'll tell you about it after we've had a lot of things to drink.
But
I want the surprise now!
But what?
Demon!
You're
Am
still
I
in
not
a pack.
gonna like this surprise? Is that what you're doing?
Come on, Nathvel, we're gonna go drink.
Alright, you spend the night drinking. You guys are pretty blitzed. When do you
Alright.
tell him the secret, or like when he's like,
Do you want me to hold on to it till you're ready?
It's fine. So, after a couple hours, I say, "All right, Nathvel, let's get this over with."
Wait, are you coming on to me?
I grab you and pick you up by your shirt and start walking away with you. Come on, I gotta show you something.
She's gonna take you up.
The barbarian's getting carried away by the girl.
I look around. I don't know if I want to know what you want to show me.
Shut up, you idiot! And I punch you in the chest. That's not what I meant.
Oh my god, she's a Cinder.
alright,
Uh,
I'm assuming Nathal, you're not resisting a beautiful lady taking you away.
Well, no.
I'm more confused what's going on.
I wave Landley over to come with us.
Well, you are gonna have two girls in action, eh?
What else is new?
I head off.
Let's
a
get
bit further away
this headache over with.
Alright, everybody stand back. So, I open up my bag of holding and I pull out the jar.
Yep.
And then I open the jar and I kind of toss it a little bit away just in case.
All right. And before your eyes, drunk eyes, you see 3 Bast appear because you're drunk. You see more than one. No, you see Bast. It hits the ground. Bast appears, and he just like is resurrected with his sword and his samurai armor.
If he didn't have his sword, I would throw it at him.
Yeah.
Demon!
Well,
Oh,
he doesn't have a sword because you have it, right?
Yeah. So he's
Okay,
there
yeah.
with his armor.
So Bast, you remember you were charging some demons and causing problems, and all of a sudden you're in this jar, and then you were just like yelling to get out, and the next thing you know, you see Landley, Nathal, and another very pretty lady standing next to them.
I look at Diana and go, this is...
I turn to look at you and I just kind of throw my hands halfway up in the air and go, surprise!
This is a shitty surprise.
I didn't think
Stop
it
it.
was just alcohol.
Where's Darwin? Where are we?
We're in Hammerfall.
We're in heaven. You died. You killed so many demons, they took you to us.
What?
Just look at you, not feel like, really?
What? I thought it was funny.
Shut your drunk ass up.
Just start drinking from my ale mug.
I have a
Alright.
present for you,
I
Bass.
just walk up and put my my hand on Bass' shoulder and go, let me fill you in. You died. I died. I'm a lady now. I'm Darvin. We met the Red Queen. Now we're in another town. We're throwing a party. Alright, everybody, let's go drink. And I turn and I start walking away.
I follow.
I have so many questions.
And you're going to be asking me them all night long.
Yes.
Alright, so Bast, you get filled in from the Landley. And so
I tell you about I tell you about the Red Queen. I tell you about Darvin becoming Diana.
Alright, so the night ends with everybody dealing with the fact, or putting up with the fact that he's
Wait,
back.
would I also
Bast is back.
know how it was in downhill? Yeah, no?
Usually in most of the time when things like this happen, it's implied that you don't remember your time in the other plane after you're dead.
Damn it.
Well, I did tell him what he remembered. He remembers charging demons, killing demons, trying to hurt demons, and then you got put in a jar, and you remember you were on a shelf, and there was a demon like yelling at you to shut the hell up, and you wouldn't shut the hell up. He kept yelling at you and screaming at you to stop, and you wouldn't just annoy him.
So Bass died and went to hell.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I was too annoying for them. And I was
And they sent him back.
it's just
Yes.
we don't
I'm
want
sorry.
to deal with this.
This soul is not cooked enough. Please take it back.
Yeah. That's basically
The
what happened.
soul was
I
not meant
think
to
I
be
need to
here.
take it back.
This soul needs to get better so it can go the other direction and leave us alone.
All right, I'll
It's
move
too
you guys
much
to
for-
the traveling area because the party's over. You guys are back. Hammerfall, you wake up with a bad headache, which you think was a dream, but then Bass is standing there letting you know that it was not a damn dream.
everything was real.
I look at Nathbel. Do you understand my insistence on alcohol now?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna need more. And I go off, go find the tavern to buy more alcohol.
Okay.
Boss is back, baby.
So everyone gets 750 experience points for that.
Oh, for the fight?
Yeah, everybody, including you, Bast.
Oh, yes.
I like having Bass back. I like Bass because Bass is hilarious.
Yes.
It's a demon! Bastard is not a demon, it's a puppy. It's a demon!
Demon, Bas is your little pet. You need to take good care of him and teach him all the ways.
All the ways in the world. Bass,
You
that
need
is
to
not a
train him.
demon. That is
No.
a witch.
I'm 800 experience away from
And-
leveling.
And the
Yes,
best
we are.
part is that Bas looks like a woman himself. Looks like.
Why
Oh,
does Bax
yes.
look like a woman?
Vast is
Yes.
a very pretty gnome.
Yes,
Yes.
you forgot about that, didn't you?
I did
Bax
not know.
is a gnome, yeah.
I mean, I
A
knew he
very
was a
pretty
gnome.
one.
No, he's a very pretty gnome. Remember?
I did not know he was a pretty gnome.
Well, you could have. When last
If we
time-
would have known you were a pretty gnome, there would have probably been jokes about you being a girl.
Well, I have also.
Wait a minute,
told-
Bast was a male as far as I was concerned.
Yes.
No, he is a male,
Yes.
but he's a very pretty male, so he looks like a girl half the time. So
Yes.
jokes of, oh, that's just a little girl over there. It's like, I'm not a girl.
A little girl. I'm looking like a little girl, but have a very loud and annoying male voice.
Yes.
Right. Alright, so where do you guys want to head from here, from Hammerfall? What do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, what do we want to do next? So we don't have any current like missions or quests right now.
I want to kill demons.
We could go explore some more.
And kill demons.
We can go explore along the river, and in Nathval can dunk Vast in the river.
I am not that bad at swimming anymore. I have learned.
We
Because
can
now
explore-
he doesn't have -5 anymore. He has 0 now on it.
Or we can try
can
to
explore-
cross the mountains and go see that other tower.
I said we can also explore further. Wait, what other tower?
The one on the other side of the mountains.
Where is that? I don't see that on the map.
The
If you
black,
look over, there's a big black square
Yeah,
on the left
there.
side of the mountains.
That is where.
Oh, that is that a okay? I think that got put there since before I started playing.
No,
Yes.
I
That
think
black
it was
spot is where there is another tower.
We can check that out.
In
We
that
can also
area.
check out Fort Sister down there.
Go with either the Red Queen to Fort Sister, or go in front of her.
Oh, is that where she's going?
She was planning on going down there to tell her people that are down there that they won't just like outright attack people. I mean,
Let's check out the other tower. I think I want some space from the Red Queen for a bit.
and I don't think you want Boston even close to her.
I don't know if Vast knows that much about her, to be honest.
No, actually not. He may think
Well,
of her. as
What
a
would you
demon.
do if you saw a woman dressed in full plate armor with spikes on it?
I'll think. Bas will think.
A worthy opponent. Let me fight. Let's fight. An honorable fight.
She might take you up on that offer.
And kill me.
No, she
Okay.
wouldn't kill you. She would acknowledge you in the fight, and she'd beat you unconscious.
And it accidentally kills me then instead. Because too strong.
So you're gonna make it back. So how long are you gonna spend in Hammerfall? Or are you guys gonna leave right away?
We probably don't have much to do in Hammerfall.
All right. So that was okay.
Like, the only other thing I might do in Hammerfall is go visit the school in Hammerfall, just out of curiosity.
Okay.
I mean,
I have too much gold.
I'm still in a spot where I don't like. I have some time I wanted to spend on retraining, but I don't want to actually spend the time on retraining until I have enough money that I can actually buy a shield. So
All right, so
Actually, I might have enough to buy a basic shield right now.
so how do you want to get there? Do you want to go straight there? You want to pass by Fort Hope?
I think we should probably swing by Fort Hope and let them know what happened in Hammerfall.
Yeah, I figured we'd go to Fort Hope, swing into Nothvel's little place real quick, and then we'd head our direction towards the ruins and take the river down a ways before crossing the river and heading to the next tower.
It was 8 days, so another 16 days. Okay, so you make it back to Fort Hope 16 days after you left. Well, I mean, because it takes 4 days. It takes 8 days to get to Hammerfall from Fort Hope, and 8 days to get back. So it's a long trek. I mean, there's buildings and city little houses on the side of the road. People living here, like little farming communities, little like ranches along the side to Fort Hope, but you're kind of spread out. You arrive in Hammerfall. Some of the guards salute you, Diana, as you approach, and when you arrive in Nathel, one of the sergeant at arms that's in charge there hands you the writ with the 10 names on there.
Cool.
For purpose of the game, they are all second level warriors.
Huh.
So, NPCs.
Congratulations, you're starting your leadership training.
Yeah, apparently so.
You have 10 NPCs that are warriors that have basic chainmail and long swords.
Okay.
Question: do I
And shields, yeah. Shield.
could I? So I have a +1 greatsword right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know normally when you sell a weapon, you sell it for half its value. If I was going to trade it to like a weaponsmith or something, could I just straight trade it for like a +1 one-handed weapon?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Since they're similar enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do that.
I would appreciate that.
What weapon do you want, though?
I am figuring that out right now. It's going to be. I'm going to buy a heavy steel shield because I do have enough gold for that, and then I'm going to swap this out for a one-handed weapon.
Surprised you're not going to get dancing on that heavy steel shield.
They do have monk swords available, but anything else would require you to wait for it to be made.
What did you say, Landley?
I'm surprised you're not getting dancing on that steel shield, so you can go dancing. I can still use my two-handed sword.
I mean, eventually, but I don't have the money for magic enhancements on this shield right now. And also, from what I saw of the equipment that was that I'm going to eventually pick up with that golden armor and weapons and stuff, that was a long sword and shield.
Yeah.
So he's given up on being the damage dealer, just left it to me to be the two-hander.
It's... I don't know.
You do what you want to do, man. Ain't nobody... It's your thing.
Well, he would be the tank then, because he'd have more armor class than anybody else.
The tank's not really a thing in Pathfinder.
I know, but... you'd be harder to hit. You'd be basically the one that...
You'd be the frontliner.
Yeah, the issue with tanking your AC in Pathfinder is usually if the enemies can't hit you, they'll just ignore you and go hit someone else. And if you don't deal enough damage, usually
That's
paladins
what Intimidate's for.
Yeah, well, paladins normally tank by I have the greatsword and I deal a bunch of damage, and like if they hit me, yeah, my AC's kind of low, but I can heal myself a bunch. Because I don't know, I'd like to keep using the greatsword. Unless I magically find out later that those weapons are magical in a way that I pick them up, they become the weapon that I would like to have. I don't know. I'll figure. I'll keep the greatsword for now, and I'll figure something out.
Yeah. I'm not forcing you to do anything. It's your character's decision what you would do.
I don't have...
I'm not telling you have to do these things.
Yeah, I know. They're just there.
They're just there. Of course, you're like, that's some pretty cool shit, man. your character's like, maybe I want to get that stuff. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
So which way are you guys going? Are you going to go straight to the ruins and then
Actually, you know
go
what?
down
Sorry,
the river?
I am gonna swap it for a long sword and a heavy steel shield. I'm gonna do that.
All right, you have a +1 long sword and a heavy steel shield.
Okay, thank you.
All right. While you're traveling, Nathal, what are you going to tell your soldiers to do while you're traveling?
Help with watch at town.
Okay.
Keep the town safe. Behave like soldiers. Don't be idiots.
Are you going to put anyone in charge of them while you're away?
I'd put the local sergeant in charge.
You
I'm
are.
sure there's another one. I'm sure there's somebody else like below me. I mean,
You're in charge of these 10 guys. The other sergeants are in charge of their men.
Okay, who was in charge of them before Nathel took over?
Another, different sergeant that got promoted, I guess.
I'll appoint one of them to be in charge of everybody else to make sure.
Kind of like
Just
a corporal or
appoint a
something.
lieutenant.
Yeah.
Just appoint a lieutenant.
Well, corporal, because he's a sergeant.
Well, corporal. I don't know ranks.
Yeah, it's just regular soldier, corporal, sergeant, and then after that it goes up to lieutenant, then captain, then general. That's how the ranks go. Lieutenant's in charge of 1,000 men. So
It won't take 1,000 people.
hey, if you go up in ranks, you might get there.
No. Alright. Tell them, I report one of them a corporal is, be good, don't be stupid. If I find out, you're not gonna like it.
Alright. Let me go ahead and roll. I'm going to roll for your corporal, alright? I'll say he's a. Depending on the rolls, I'll say we'll figure out what he is. So, starting from the top, strength is, wow, Jesus Christ, is a 17 strength. Wow, that's pretty strong. And then, his con is 18 con, alright.
Tanky monster.
And then what's next is Dex is 14 Dex.
No, Dex was not the next one. That was Constitution that was first.
The dex
he
was
already
the
rolled
18.
Strength, Dex, con. Wait. No.
Oh yeah, it is strength Dex con on the list.
Yep.
Oh well, I
Yeah.
said con when I rolled it.
So then the dex is a 14.
yeah.
Yep.
Now intelligence.
Intelligence is wow. Wow, holy shit. That's,
16. This might be a better corporal than you are.
No.
a 16 and then a 14.
16 wisdom and 14 charisma.
I have an idea. What if we put Bass in charge of them and take this guy with us? He seems cool.
Hey,
And
do you
then
really want me to be in charge of it all?
You really
Yeah,
wanted
it's-
having
it's-
these people charged off in the woods to kill demons and
That's
possibly
probably-
attacking the undead that we just signed a treaty for.
So,
and then last is 15 charisma.
and what was the wisdom? Sorry.
14.
14, yeah.
Jesus, that is a really good corporal.
By the way, guys,
You like that on those dice rolls, boss. I'm
He's
saying.
almost exactly the same as me.
He is.
He has 1 point higher in intelligence than I do.
So what do you want him to be? What's his? He's a first level.
He'll be a fighter.
Okay. He's a first level fighter. However you want to deck him out. I'll leave him up to you. He's a longsword, shield, beats, stats.
Gotcha.
You can give him I'll give you a character sheet for him too, as well. I'll go ahead and add that.
by the way, guys, I have so much gold on me that my total carried weight is over on heavy for me. So much gold do I have?
Uh,
I need to use some.
where'd it go? Okay. Your new character now. I'm gonna call him. I'll just call him Frank in the chat thing. You can change it to whatever you want. There you go.
Ah.
You see him now?
So here. Yep.
All right. He's all yours, boss.
Oh.
Okay. I think that's a good place to, unless you guys want to continue, or is that a good place to end it there, or do you want
Good place.
to travel a little bit?
Don't matter to me.
That seems like a good spot.
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping spot for the day. So go ahead and sign us out there, Langley.
Alrighty, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, of course, like, subscribe. Check us out next week when we're live on Sunday. This is Strato Time Lord Strato signing out.